Bostonian is Matt Perrault.
This is our city.
The book is Dave Serriani.
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
Together, they are the Bostonian versus the book.
You covered! You covered 12! I covered!
Follow the show on Twitter at Boston versus the book.
How do you like them apples?
Bringing you the best insight on sports betting news, Matt and Dave's daily picks, and an entertaining and unfiltered dive into the sports betting industry. Here's Dave Serriani and Matt Perrault.
And here we go.
Happy Monday, Brigade. What's up? Welcome into another episode of the Bostonian versus the Book. He is Dave Serriani. I am Matt Perrault, and we are live on our YouTube channel at Boston versus the Book. Same on Twitter, X, replayed on Sports Grid TV and Sirius XM. Channel 159 each and every single night. It's our last full week of 2024, Dave. You're wearing Eagles stuff. We got John Kincaid from The Fanatic here in a couple of minutes. You don't wear Ravens stuff, but you don't have the same type of aversion to Eagle stuff, huh?
Lost a bet.
He
said you got to, if the Eagles win on Monday, you got to wear the Eagles stuff. If the Eagles win on Sunday, you got to wear the Eagles stuff. So I got to take it. Listen, I thought the game would be a field goal game. I thought the Steelers would keep it closer than they did. And then the second half started, and I knew it was trouble. And I said, well, make sure the Eagles stuff looks clean and fresh for tomorrow and own it. Just look them right in the eye, right here. And who better, the book is a guest than Mr. Philadelphia. I mean, he's on the air in the morning. His hair is amazing.
Why don't they spell The Fanatic with a PH?
Because it begins with an F.
I know, but it's Philly. The Phillies, PH. Philadelphia's PH. Why don't they spell The Fanatic 975 PH? I've always been wondering about that.
We'll ask John, because John Kincaid is Mr. Philadelphia. Again, he's in all these Hall of Fames. We just found this out. The guy is an accomplished hockey coach. His hair is amazing. He's told cancer, F you, three times.
3 times.
Drinking his tea, getting ready for a show. Oh, there's John. Hello, John.
Yeah, AJ Brown says hello.
Whoa!
AJ. All right.
Yeah, he does. He says hello.
Have they lost, John, with AJ Brown in the lineup yet?
They're 11-0.
They're 11-0, aren't they?
AJ Brown in the lineup. Yeah, they are. They which you can do the math, makes them 1-2 without him.
Right.
The straw that stirs
too. That's good to know. That's good.
The straw that stirs the drink. Matt, I think in honor of yesterday's game, for the next half hour of the show, you need to do 26 minutes of it, and Dave can do 4. Because that's what the Eagles did to the Steelers in the second half yesterday. They let them run 11 plays. Mike Tomlin wearing his sunglasses on the sideline.
I got him.
In the
I
dark.
got him here, John.
It's unbelievable. Look at it. And I love Mike
Tomlin.
Tomlin.
Was nighttime. Why was he wearing them?
I have no idea. I thought it was one of those, like a Place for Mom commercials or something.
Did you see him tell the ref, get the fuck away from me?
Yes, I did. He's a potty mouth too. I couldn't believe it. I was like,
whoa.
Wait a second. There was punches being thrown and your guy threw them first.
Here's what I would suggest is that if the Steelers don't understand, now they didn't understand this yesterday about how to handle the Eagles within the sidelines. The biggest thing you guys are talking about is what happened, something outside the sidelines when Steeler players play really big, Billy Big Balls. It's great. It's great. I warned Pharrell the other day. I warned him. I said, it's coming. The beatdown's coming. You just don't understand it. I was very confident of this matchup. I didn't expect that. But 26 minutes to 4, that's ridiculous in a half of football. That just doesn't happen.
Fair.
And Tomlin and the Steelers are a damn good team. But yesterday, I was asking them to open the press box window at Lincoln Financial Field because I wanted to hear Russell Wilson's throws quack. Because it was, seriously.
What are you flying, Kincaid?
He got the Cup of Noodles endorsement today, though, which is very, very good for Russell.
Well, look, without Pickens, that offense is not the same. It's pretty clear that he's got one binky, he's got one weapon to throw to, and he doesn't have him. There's not much of a bite to that offense.
Add one guy who has to be released from his straitjacket to play on Sundays, and that's going to make the Steelers a winner. I mean, they put all their eggs in the basket of literally Hannibal Lecter. I watched this kid in college at Georgia, and he was honestly, any day he might have a break. You didn't know when it was going to happen, but it was clearly that he wasn't all there. And I'm shocked Mike Tomlin ends up with all of these crazy wide receivers. He is such a composed, strong leader and everything. And he picks these people that are absolutely out of like one flew over the cuckoo's nest. I don't understand it.
All right.
Would you play Justin Fields if you were the Steelers?
Yes, I would. I absolutely would. And yesterday, Justin Fields would have been a better choice at quarterback than Russell Wilson. No questions asked. He had his ability to extend plays, his ability to run the ball when nothing is there, and to make something happen. Even though Russell wasn't bad at it yesterday, I think it was a joke that they went to Russell Wilson. You're not winning anything with him. It's just.
I tried to tell Dave this, but he didn't want to
Are
listen.
you a coach? Were you a coach? What are you talking about? What's your own team, coach?
I would tell you that to me, look, Russell Wilson, he other than being the goofiest guy in the NFL, he's flat out goofy. Is that I don't believe he is going to be the difference with his arm in big games to beat teams. Now, between the years, I don't know what he's still got. I mean, honestly, they couldn't stand him in Seattle, his teammate, when he was winning. Like, I don't get it. Yeah, it's a strange situation. But they gave us Kenny Pickett, so we did end up with the bad thing at the gift exchange this past year. Just being honest. I wanted Justin Fields. I begged on the radio every day. I said, look, Justin Fields is available. And they go and they trade for Kenny Pickett because they wanted 2 years of control. I'm like, okay, someone gives me a beaten up VW Bug that's on its last legs. Oh, but you can keep it for 2 years.
Man, oh man, you really brought your A game today. This is great.
It's a wonderful day.
You in the afternoon, you in the morning is award winning. Record setting. You win all ratings and stuff. Getting you in the afternoon after tea. Tea time with Kincaid on the BVB on Mondays. We got to get a sponsor. This is absolute gold.
I think I did admit I did take a nap because I like to be alert when I watch Young and the Restless and General Hospital.
John, you committed the cardinal sin today on the radio, though. You went on the air. You went on the air in Philadelphia and told everybody to book their trips to New Orleans.
Oh, well, no, Matt.
You didn't lose me with the football thing. You set your team up to fail.
Matt, I got to tell you, the one slight correction to what you reported. I told them to book their trips after the Ravens game. So, look, I have been, in fact, every single week with every single win, I book something else of my Super Bowl trip. Really? So we have made reservations for Thursday night of Radio Row at GW Finn's, which is the best seafood restaurant in America. My favorite. Whoa. So already got the table set up for that. You may be sitting one time, Brady's first Super Bowl. Yeah, I sat next to Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. Were at a group over in GW Finn's. They kept us the hell away. They had big bruisers that kept people away. But I ate in the same restaurant as them.
They were probably admiring your hair from a distance.
Right?
Yeah.
They may have. They may have.
You go to the original Ruth's Chris in New Orleans if you want.
Look, no, I'm going to go to Mrs. B's.
Okay.
Now, Mrs. B's was booked for Wednesday night, so that's a little more the Creole. You want the you want to do the gumbo. You want to do the more Creole meal. The big seafood meal Thursday night. I can't wait till they get this expense report when I come home.
Oh boy, hold on,
Believe me.
Hold on. Before you start cooking up all these meals for Super Bowl week, what about the rest of the NFC? We got bad news
what about
Detroit.
They're cooked.
So Detroit's out.
Yeah,
Montgomery, they're out. Cancel them. Okay.
Who's next?
Have you heard about the NFC North teams other than Detroit? Like Green Bay last night. Look, incredible.
But Seattle in primetime sucks with Geno Smith. They're horrible.
Well, the Eagles have already beaten the Green Bay Packers.
In Brazil in week 1. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, so that matters. Yeah, the Eagles are a far better team than they were then. Okay, that matters. And
what about Minnesota? They're playing tonight. Minnesota can't be a challenge to the Eagles.
I'm very concerned about Sam Darnold coming into South Philly in the middle of winter. Yes,
Agreed.
that makes me. Ooh.
How about the resurgence of Baker Mayfield and the team that nobody wants to play?
True, but not in Philly.
The Buccaneers are coming. Haven't you heard, John? Don't you get this stuff in Philadelphia?
Another connection there. Now that's where you underestimate me. That's the one team I want off of the bingo card.
Yeah, fair.
Tampa Bay. Did you know that Todd Bowles has never lost to Jalen Hurts? In fact, 4-0.
Wow.
Todd Bowles, also my college classmate at Temple University.
No way.
Wow. How about that? They went. You guys went down there last year and lost in Tampa, or was it this year? You lost in Tampa.
They lost in Tampa this year, but they lost. Remember, without Lane Johnson, without Devontae Smith, without AJ Brown.
The playoffs last year, right? That was the playoffs.
They lost in the playoffs last year.
And
they lost in 2021 in the regular season and the playoffs to Todd Bowles. Todd Bowles is a mind. I mean, he can get in quarterbacks' minds, and I'm very concerned about the Eagles if they had to play Tampa, even though they would have to come up here, and it would be far more difficult. I have a ton of respect for Baker Mayfield. Hey, Laugh Boy today has no jokes when it comes to Tampa. I want them out of the way. I don't want them there. And I didn't want the 49ers to even find a breath to sneak into this playoff field, because I do believe on any given day they could find a way to beat somebody. And I don't want it.
Eagles now are in love with Nick Serriani because you guys were kind of the opposite like 2 months ago. You wanted to put him on a bus and send him as far out of Philly as possible.
Well, Nick Serriani was acting, honestly, like he had lost it. Well, first off, his decision-making was worse than Dave at 1 a.m. at a blackjack table. I
made good decisions at night.
It was not good. His decision-making wasn't good. I believe 17-year-old boys on prom night make better choices. But I think that Nick has grown up. I think Nick's grown up a bit. I think he's stabilized himself. He came to the Cleveland game. Right after the bye week, he has like a meltdown. First of all, he shows up with the shaved head. Like he had, and when people shave their heads, if they weren't cancer patients like me, it usually just means that they're nuts. And
what are you saying right now?
He shows up with his head shaved, and then he almost blows the game. Then he gets into fights with fans in the stands. Then he brings his daycare center to the post-game press conference.
Take the kids to work. Day is a good thing.
I called my wife and I said, put on that press conference. I swear he's having a mental break live on TV. I did. I thought I was witnessing something crazy.
Wow.
It was so weird. He got called to the principal's office would be my best guess. And everything has changed since. His players love him, Matt, Dave. They love him. Like, his players think he is a fantastic guy. Now, I don't know if they would pick him in a game of battleship. But as far as a guy who leads men, understands personalities.
Wait a second. You don't know that they would do what? Pick him in a game of what?
Battleship. I'm not sure that they'd think he'd win that. Like, I don't think he's there as a master strategist. But thankfully, Vic Fangio behind the scenes is there like Dr. Evil. He's calling all the shots. And they have Kellen Moore, who has been able to at least bring some sort of innovation to an offense. Last year, when Nick Sirianni had a Brian Johnson as his offensive coordinator, who now is getting coffee for Dan Quinn in Washington. Last year when that offense was crashing and burning down the stretch, Nick Sirianni, I described him as he's a pilot flying commercial in seat 11C. The pilot of the plane has a heart attack, and they come back and say, "Can anybody fly this plane?" And Nick just sat there and ordered another Diet Coke as the plane's going down. I don't understand it.
All right, calm down here. I mean, this is unbelievable what's going on right now. I don't know how you've completely taken
it. Might be the T.
It might be the T. All right. I tweeted at you yesterday, and when I texted you, Eagles greater than Steelers.
Yes.
Flyers greater than Penguins.
Yep.
Phillies obviously greater than Pirates right now.
Right.
Yes.
Sixers greater than no NBA team.
That's truth.
That's a pick'em. Like, no NBA team may be better than the Sixers right now, John.
And most pivotal American city versus to the city that puts coleslaw and French fries on their sandwiches.
Hold on, I'm getting to that. Union greater than no MLS team. Does Schuylkill River greater than the Three Rivers? I mean, who is this guy? Then he went Wawa greater than Sheets. I'll give you that. Wawa's better than Sheets.
Yes,
it is.
Okay. Then he went Kensington greater than Squirrel Hill. I don't even know nothing about that. We'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Well, you don't want to end up in Kensington, is what I'm going to tell you. So Squirrel Hill must be just atrocious.
Squirrel Hill is way better. It's not even close. But last one he put was Temple greater than Pitt.
At what?
I mean, listen, Hall of Famer.
At what?
At what?
At what?
Come on, John.
Look,
at what?
Look, I
know. At what?
I know Sheriff's not smart enough to be a doctor. So
I could have been. I don't like blood.
I mean, Pitt has a wonderful medical school and a wonderful medical program.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, I got to be honest with you. If you want a media career, you'd much want to be a Temple Owl. You'd much want to go that route. You don't want to end up a Pitt Panther. I mean, what are you going to end up doing? Like, Channel 11 News in Pittsburgh? I mean, come on.
Careful. Dave worked at KDKA.
Why do you think he was KDK, which is Channel 2, I believe, right?
Oh,
Channel 2. Yes, that's right. You're dating yourself when there was only 2, 4, and 11 in Pittsburgh. And you know it, and I know it. And no one else even in the chat knows what we're talking
They don't even understand they don't even understand call letters, these kids.
True. That's very true. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, but Temple basketball needs to pick it up a little bit because Pitt's been better recently.
Oh, no, Pitt's been better. Pitt football's been better. And that's not saying much. I mean, right now, I reject the premise. Temple did not interview me for their head football coach. Okay. Thankfully, even though they know my coaching acumen.
Is Pitt in a nice part of Pittsburgh?
Yes, I think so.
Because Temple's not in a nice part of Philadelphia.
No. But the thing is that Matt, they keep saying it's getting better.
Okay, I'm 47. I've been going there for 25 years.
I went there in the 80s, and my daughter will graduate from Temple in May. And I can say, other than a spectacular education, they need to keep getting the community better.
They've been saying that since I was there in '96.
Does little Kincaid live down at Temple?
She does. She lives in a on-campus apartment down at Temple. She will graduate in 3 years in May.
Yeah.
Okay.
She turns 21 on Thursday. How about that?
Wow.
So shout out to Liv. Shout out to Liv.
Shout out to Liv Kincaid and a dad who has a 21-year-old. I can tell you, you better keep that hair because it goes fast. It goes real fast. The 21
mine hasn't. Mine has grown back 3 times.
Better.
That's amazing.
This is what happened to my dad when he got the cancer. His hair got better. I said, geez, you're Elvis. You're defying everything. Kincaid, you are getting better, aren't you?
It is. I think I am, and now I said I'm on no restrictions now after 1 year cancer free, so I have no restrictions now. So I've been going to the community gym again, which is nice to be able to get out, which is fun. I'm not going to be able to spar with Matt anytime soon, but I had fun. I ran a 5K Thanksgiving morning to celebrate. So it's like it's good. Life's good, and right now with the Eagles, I got to tell you, boys, they're winning the Super Bowl.
What about the Buffalo Bills, John? You just totally,
the
weave their way through the NFC. But if we get to New Orleans and it's the Buffalo Bills,
Well, you know what's funny is, though, you're right about that because the Bills usually don't find any way to self-destruct in the postseason, so they'll probably be there.
John, Philadelphia's got their fair share, too. I mean, it's not like you guys are immune to having some hiccups.
Hey, we were just there 2 years ago. I mean, honestly, we were there 2 years ago.
Remember who won?
Tied at the 2-minute warning with Patrick Mahomes. Side by side. I'd be far more concerned. Hey, I'm going to go back and talk about 2017, which was better. That season was better with Brady. I remember telling
by the way, do you know in the end zone, the running back was out of bounds. Just FYI.
Do you know I told Matt that before that game, all leading up to it, I said flat out, the Eagles are winning the Super Bowl with Nick Foles. Every Bostonian that I know was like, wow, this is ridiculous. I was being mocked on both radio stations in Boston. Neither one of them ever picked up the damn phone.
What, you're on this show? You're on this show constantly. Came on afterwards.
Much like Tom. Oh, with you, though, it did. Yeah. But on the radio stations in Boston that were mocking me the week leading up to the game, not one of them could find the digits at that point to call back and say, we were obnoxious jerks. Yeah, guess what? The
Oh
Eagles.
wait,
the
okay,
Eagles
because Philly people are never obnoxious. You guys have never heard. You're never obnoxious.
I will tell you this. Is that as far as Buffalo, I have a ton of respect for Josh Allen's amazing.
Yeah.
And they had
MVP.
they had to go to Philadelphia to get their coach as a Philadelphian. He went to a rival Catholic high school here in Philly.
Whoa.
Yeah, you know that about McDermott? He's a Philly guy. Yeah, he's a Philly guy. And Catholic high school product too here in Philly. But I think he's in their Hall of Fame. I'll have to check. I'm in mine. But I would suggest is that the Eagles have given up 86 points in their last 5 games. The Buffalo Bills have given up 86 points in 2 weeks. Where the Buffalo Bills are great offensively, they're terrible defensively.
True.
The Eagles offense will have a field day, and the Eagles defense will, at least I would think, be able to keep Buffalo to like a seriously nice number, but reasonable, like 27, 30, something like that. Eagles win the Super Bowl.
Unless you turn the ball over. Unless you guys turn the ball over. And people in the chat are even saying this. So you trust Jalen Hurts.
How about this? Let me see if they had to play like let's put him a gun. Do I trust Jalen Hurts not to turn the ball over? He has as many turnovers as Josh Allen. So
Fair.
I don't know where that chatter would come from. And more
because he's done it in big games. People question whether he can get it done in clutch moments.
In clutch moments, he was tied with Mahomes in the Super Bowl with 2 minutes to go. For God's sakes, he didn't blow it. The defense.
He lost.
The defense.
Now you sound like me with Brady.
Exactly.
You sound like me with Tom Brady.
If anybody's blaming Brady for the Super Bowl loss to the Eagles, they're stupid. Look,
Well, of course they are.
Jalen Hurts was the better quarterback on the field that day in that Super Bowl. He passed considerably better. He made big plays. He took it on his shoulders. But the one thing I would say is this, is that for the Birds, as they look towards what they might or might not accomplish, I think that if someone could just absolutely neutralize Saquon Barkley, and I think yesterday, holding him to 65 yards, 74 total yards, that was about as good as it gets. And if Pittsburgh can't do it, nobody's going to do it. Buffalo's not going to do it.
The Ravens will. The Ravens will. The Ravens will.
Ravens didn't.
But they will in the playoffs. The Ravens, if you see them, it'll be AJ Brown in the passing attack. It won't be the running attack against Baltimore.
But the Ravens didn't do what they did with it. The Eagles played keep away with the Ravens too, bullied them, beat them at the line of scrimmage, and more importantly, contained Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson at the 2-minute warning of that game, where they were being beaten by a considerable score, had put up 12 points. 12 points. The Eagles did to Lamar Jackson what no one else has done, and that's the key. Is all the whether it's CeeDee Lamb or whether it's with the Bengals, and I'm drawing a blank for a second.
Chase,
the wide receiver, Jamar Chase. The Eagles have shut down every single challenge. They had 2 wide receivers of the Rams. They went in there and blew out the Rams in their own building. The Bills went in and lost and gave up 44 points to them. But the Eagles gave up 20 and gave up a touchdown within the 2-minute warning. They had kept them to 13 points, one better than the Ravens.
You guys all better hope that Justin Tucker doesn't figure it out, because you both the wins, the Steelers win over the Ravens and the Eagles win over the Ravens, both had a lot to do with the kicker missing kicks.
Touche. We have our own kicker who has problems with kicks. We have the kicker in the NFL who has not made a 50-yarder this year, who's 0 for 5 from 50. So I'm not going to take that. I mean, the Eagles have overcome a bad kicker too this year. Jake Elliott has not had a good year, and they've managed to overcome it because they're incredible on that side of the ball. And remember, if you haven't seen the exciting whites, as they're called, and their T-shirt, if you haven't seen it, they are actually being marketed as that with Cooper DeJean and Reed Blankenship. They are being marketed as the exciting whites.
Wow.
And everybody loves it. And C.J. Gardner-Johnson made up a song about Cooper DeJean to the theme of Billie Jean from Michael Jackson. You can probably find it on the internet. The Eagles are a fun team. And I know New Orleans for a Super Bowl is spectacular. Absolutely spectacular.
Well, what's fun too about what you guys have done, I think, for a lot of fans who look at the front office and ask their front office to draft well, you rebuilt your secondary in the draft in 1 year. Like the Eagles went into that draft last year going, we need to go find some real playmakers. DeJean's, I watch a lot of Iowa football, I watch a lot of Big Ten football. I covered Iowa for a couple of years. So he coming in and doing what he is doing is not surprising to me, but how big of an impact has he made to the defense, and how popular, if he's got his own t-shirt now, I'm guessing pretty popular, but what's the feeling with him in Philly?
Cooper DeJean, let's just say he's not going to have a problem getting a date here in Philly. He's quite popular. Between him and Reed,
it's really not that hard to do in Philly, John.
Well, I mean, hey, don't throw stones. I've been to Pittsburgh.
Hey!
Well, let's be honest.
Hey!
Be honest there. They aren't filming America's Top Model in Pittsburgh.
Oh!
Do that. But I would say to you that those two young men, and look, Matt, the credit goes to Vic Fangio, who has, first of all, played all the young guys. He doesn't give a flip. He threw them in there. And he found so many different talents to plug in and work. And yesterday, they did not rush more than 4. They did not throw more than 4 ever, all day long against the Steelers. They literally said, Russell Wilson isn't going to beat us. And they did a lot of that too, where they refused to spy against Lamar Jackson, which a lot of people employ the spy. Vic Fangio, for the most part, didn't feel that was, a necessity. It has been a masterclass by Vic. The number 1 team in points per game allowed right now. The Eagles tied for it. It's unbelievable. Last year they were 30th. That's incredible.
That was after the bye, though, right? I mean,
yes.
Because they didn't want to. He didn't trust DeJean. He didn't trust the young kids until after the bye. They haven't lost since the bye.
DeJean had missed all of training camp. So remember, he missed almost all of training camp. So he didn't really get a chance to get implemented where Fangio was going to trust him and was going to believe in him. So that was a big part of it with him. Blankenship's been playing, he's been a starter now for 2 years. But this team has just such a swagger and a flair to it. And they're a team. They're united. They're hanging out together. They enjoy each other. And even with AJ and Jalen, people last week were pushing me, these two hate each other. I would suggest it's more like this. You have a best friend. You have somebody in your life who can annoy you more than any person on earth.
Every day, right here.
Right, exactly. Look, it's the Brady Bunch right there. You two. But the thing is, you still love each other.
We do.
And that's the key, is that with AJ and Jalen, there was never any, from every single person that I know in the building, they said, you will find those two together when they're in the building. 80% of the time, they're right side by side. If you hate somebody and you don't have to be with them, you're not. I think that these two did have work beef. And I think that was clear, that there was beef about how things were being done. But I don't think it included I think there was beef with game planning. I think there was beef with a lot of things. And Brandon Graham spoke on his radio show last week and really set it all on fire. But boy, did they respond yesterday. That was absolutely awesome. And the home games this year had really sort of sucked. They really weren't that interesting, because
like last week against Carolina, because they looked
a team that runs the ball, and plays defense and isn't too high flying. Yesterday they came out like it was a shotgun, and it was great. And it was so much fun to watch.
Defense and running the ball won all them Super Bowls for Pittsburgh back in the 70s. That formula works. And it's great.
Well,
listen,
it works in the right matchup, right, Dave?
Yeah.
It's got to be the right. Look, I am not going to bluff.
But defense always works.
Well, it does work. What I think they would do is I think they would manage to contain the greatness of a Josh Allen. I don't think they would shut down a Josh Allen.
Right.
I think they'd manage to contain him. And what they did, they give up. They'll give him the empty calorie yards if it comes to that matchup, and then worry about it. I'm more worried about Mahomes. To me, it's as long as Patrick Mahomes is around, I'm always thinking that the hand is coming up out of Crystal Lake, and there's going to, here comes Jason again. Right. There's going to be more teenagers getting killed. That's what I'm figuring.
You saying beef multiple times on this show reminded me of the meat curtains that we talked about last Friday. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Last one for me, John.
Yeah.
Because I know you got to go back to a nap before you get ready. For
No. Young and the Restless is up first.
Fair. All right. I don't want to take any of your time for that. The Flyers Penguins analogy. I mean, you're an esteemed ex-hockey coach, right? I want to give you an opportunity to talk about your knowledge about hockey and the fact that you agreed with Flyers greater than Penguins.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe for a minute right now, but I mean, seriously, the Penguins over the last 25 years versus the Flyers over the last 25 years, John, admit it, Pittsburgh's better than Philly at some.
Oh, not even a question if you're talking about last 25 years. But I didn't know I was a guest on the History Channel this afternoon. I thought we were doing an interview on
in 2017.
I thought it
and
was
all this other stuff. No. I just want to make sure, because of all the success that the Philadelphia sports have had, that we're talking about the same.
No, wait a minute. You talked about the Steelers and the rings. For God's sakes, you need VHS tapes for that.
Woo!
My gosh.
Wasn't that long ago? In 2008, I believe it was, when Big Ben won one. And when they beat Seattle for another one.
You know what?
We got more this century than you do.
You know, I think we're even. Aren't we?
No.
What?
Aren't we even this century?
No. 2-1,
John.
2-1.
What was the two?
Scoreboard down there behind you.
Here's what I would suggest. They have those things that's called Dreambox. You take all those VHS tapes and you load them in, and they'll put them on CDs for you, Dave. So you can go back and you can watch them. I'm doing a show with you guys today in 2024.
Correct.
And the bottom line is this, that the Flyers are considerably better and their future considerably brighter because we have the best Russian in the state. We absolutely do. If you haven't watched Matvey Mishkov yet, get ready to just get a little. You're gonna choke on your borscht. I can tell you, this kid's gonna blow your mind.
In a couple years.
Highest prospect rated by the scouting services since a certain guy named Ovechkin. Yeah, that's him. And he's really blowing away the rookie field in the NHL. And he was drafted 7th in that draft.
Can you still skate?
And if you can, yeah. I don't though, but you could if you need me to. If you need me for something.
Right. Well, I'm asking this question to everybody this week on the way out the door because obviously next week, big holiday week, and then we're into the new year. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Yes or no?
It absolutely is. And can I give you a great recommendation for a new? If you love Die Hard as a Christmas movie, when you had a little downtime,
don't say Red One.
Get to Netflix.
Don't say Red One. Oh no,
watch Carry On.
Oh, Carry On.
It's brand new. It debuted Friday.
Okay.
Jason Bateman and Taron Egerton from the Kingsman series.
Okay.
Jason Bateman is the villain in this movie.
Oh.
It's set in LAX in an airport on Christmas Eve. That's all I'll tell you. And Jason Bateman plays a villain superbly. I mean, it is awesome.
Chat says good movie.
You get the popcorn. Get the popcorn ready. You'll absolutely love it. Carry On Netflix.
Very good. John Kincaid, you're the best.
Hey, will you come on next Monday after the Eagles lose to the Commanders? Will that work?
Well, I'll join you if that's the case. It won't matter. They're still winning the Super Bowl, even if that didn't happen. But the Eagles will win the Super Bowl.
All right. We got it on record.
I love you.
On. Kincaid, thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. Happy holidays. That's John Kincaid from 97.5 The Fanatic joining us here on the Boston versus the Book. Always a pleasure to have him on the program and a treat to get him on talking everything Philadelphia.
Gotta wear it. I mean, they come in and nobody better than Kincaid. He comes in and gives you them singers.
You guys
Pitt? Come on.
Temple's in a bad place, though. That is a yikes.
I mean, Pitt ain't in the greatest neighborhood either. I mean, there's the
okay. So I was asking. I've never been to Pitt. I've been to Pittsburgh. I've never been to Pitt. I've been to Temple numerous times. Temple is not like walking to your car at night is not fun. Temple.
Yeah, I mean, there's some neighborhoods around Pitt that ain't the best, but like, where it's at, it's okay, but it's not. It's better than where Temple's at. I went to where Temple's at. Like, I mean, listen. He's doing his. He's giving his daughter a lot of strength and power by living down there. I mean, he could have lived at home. I mean, he's home watching, Young and the Restless in the afternoon. It was probably a good place to study. And he sent her, you go live down there.
I don't know. So you guys will hear me say this all week. Die Hard is a movie set at Christmas. It is not a Christmas movie.
100% a Christmas movie.
So, no, in order for me to be a Christmas movie, it must be about Christmas. That movie is not about Christmas. The movie is about a hijacking of an entire building. So Jim's just explaining why it's not, because we're gonna have this. It's set.
Give the kids
Christmas.
something to vote on.
No, I'm
right
not even
now.
doing this. No, because this is
Well,
I do
give
this
them a
every year.
poll.
No, because I'm vetoing that. We're not doing a poll on Die Hard because it's not up for debate. It's not even a conversation. We're gonna ask
Why?
each guest and keep it running track, because everyone's gonna say yes, because we have a guy here. Oh wow, Joe says I'm right. Most men say I'm wrong, and I lay it clearly out. It is not a Christmas movie. White Christmas is a Christmas movie. That's a Christmas movie.
Okay.
It's a Wonderful Life is a Christmas movie, a movie about Christmas. Die Hard is a movie set at Christmas. There's two very different conversations
this
going
would
on.
get a lot of votes. I think
People would vote. People are going to vote yes.
No, they're not. You just got 2 no's right there. Let the people speak.
Fine.
Give them something to do while they're listening to us bloviate about all these sports.
Fine. Hold on.
Yeah, I mean, after yesterday, are you aware, thanks to our friend Dave Tooley, that yesterday the favorites were 10-3 straight up?
Yep.
And 9-4 against the spread.
And they're all crying tonight because they're going to get hit again. They're worried about the favorites tonight. We'll get to them in a second.
Yeah.
Did
Did you see that the Vikings are wearing all white uniforms at home tonight? What are we doing? They're purple.
Oh,
they need to wear purple.
Why? Mix it up.
All white uniforms at home? Whose
right.
idea was this?
The third, trying to sell more jerseys to the kids.
All whites are clean on the road.
By the way, I saw this. Thank you to CBW for tagging this, that the Red Zone unveiled ads for the first time ever yesterday.
Everybody needs to make money somehow.
Well, it's supposed to be you're paying extra for the Red Zone channel already. So there is not any ads. This is like when Netflix was, hey, buy a Netflix subscription. Oh, by the way, it was like the UFC. You buy a UFC pay-per-view. Oh, by the way, like they're adding, like this was just an inevitability about adding ads, but people were losing their minds yesterday watching it going like, this is not okay. You can't screw with the Red Zone. And now there's commercial breaks on the Red Zone. Because that was the whole thing, right? He did the guy Scott Hansen never took a break. 7 hours straight with no pee break.
Well,
that was his thing. Now that's gone. No more.
I mean, if you got to go, you got to go. You reach a certain age, you got to go. When the body tells you got to go, you got to go. 7 hours is a long time. If that
was his thing, that was his claim to fame. He was able to hold it for 7 hours, and now that's not the case anymore, unfortunately for him. Yeah. What happened this weekend? For the first time in the history of the NFL, 7 of the 14 playoff teams are set,
and it might as well be like 12.
Because we kind of know.
It's going to be official after this week.
KC, Buffalo, and Houston have already won their division. Pittsburgh is in, guaranteed, either by division or by wild card. Pittsburgh's in. The Lions, Eagles, and Vikings are all in.
Yes.
We don't know the 1 seed or the 2 seed yet because the Lions and the Eagles are tied up at the top.
Mm-hmm.
But Vikings tonight can clinch the division tonight if they win, beat the Bears.
Well, no, the Vikings clinch the spot. They don't clinch the division.
I thought tonight, if they win tonight, they clinch the division.
Against the Lions?
No, against the Bears. Oh, no, yeah, no, sorry.
Yeah,
that's right. Sorry. Yeah, wild card. Sorry. Who's going to win to clinch the division? It's happening at some point, either Saturday. I forget. I'm sorry. I'm confusing the stat. Someone's going to, before we get to
if
Sunday.
Minnesota loses, I believe Detroit clinches the division.
Okay, that's what it is. Okay.
Something like that.
Okay, so Vikes are in, Eagles are in, Lions are in. We'll see what happens in the West. We don't yet know. The Seahawks loss last night was bad. That was a game that they did not want to lose.
The Packers
ran
the ball down their throat.
Under was I thank God I bet the under too, because I teased them up to 8.5 and I knew it was dead in the first quarter. I was like, okay, Packers are winning this game. The question is, can they make it a game and just go under? Like just shut down Seattle's offense, and Seattle couldn't do anything. They had to go to backup quarterbacks, and it's just a whole that team is not a fit of Seattle.
Question that came to me with the first graphic that you put up about it being week 15, or week 15 is tonight is the last games of week 15.
As a bookmaker, your life's going to suck.
So we're going to extend the NFL regular season another week. They want to play another game.
Yep.
Why? We're going to have these things. Why? We don't need more crap football, which was what we're going to get in week
16,
last week,
17, 18.
Next week
Yes.
is week 16.
But we're going to get it next week too.
I don't know. I mean, let's look at some of these matchups. I mean, Arizona, Carolina, riveting.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
On New England, Buffalo, with Buffalo at least still trying to play for the 1 seed, but like what? The Giants playing Atlanta. Can't wait. There's a lot.
Yeah, the best
Rams are at least playing for something, playing at the Jets. San Francisco, Miami are playing, and again, we go back in the time machine that Kincaid was talking about. That'd be a great game. But what are we doing?
It's two divisions: AFC North, NFC South. That's it. There's no other real conversation.
The NFC West is still up for grabs.
I want to address this because this is really
coming. It was in the list.
It did. I don't think I did. Did I?
Yeah.
I put it there. No, I didn't put it on the rundown. Because it's an annoying topic and I just want to get out of the way because Jason Whitlock is a clown and he's been a clown for years and he's got everybody talking about Vegas. He's got everybody saying it was Las Vegas. Guys, I lost. Okay, just full disclosure. I had the Washington Commanders -1.5. I teased it down from 7.5 to 1.5. So I lost. Okay. There is no clock problem at the end of that game. The clock is kept on the field. Okay. If the clock is not synced up with what the referees have up in the sky, up in that little thing you see that we all watch on TV and the thing that's they tell, hey, clock operator, change the clock back to X, Y, and Z. Okay. The idea that a clock operator stopped the clock for 2 beats at 9 seconds to enable the Saints to be able to have the last play to score the touchdown and then to miss on the 2-point conversion never happened. Okay. There was nothing nefarious going on.
Did you see the Ed Hockley apology?
On the clock?
Or Sean Hockley. Yeah, he apologized. He said the clock shouldn't have stopped.
Well, the clock, they keep it on the ground. They keep it
I know.
on
He said they made a mistake.
Sure, but there would have been 2 seconds left. Even look at the clock. There's 2 beats. They snapped it with 4 seconds to go.
Yeah.
They could have they would have gotten it back off anyway. They would have had time anyway to get that on. I don't know what Sean said on that, but I watched it numerous times going, no one made a mistake here. This was, and again, if it goes 000, I have a winning day. It would have changed my entire day if that play had not been allowed. Nothing nefarious happened with.
Hold on, you're frozen. Hold on. Whoa. Nefarious was the last word you said, and the last time you moved your face is now. You're back. Okay.
There's nothing nefarious with this.
Vegas had nothing to do with it, D-Stout. I can tell you that right now. Hold on. Vegas gets blamed for a lot of stuff, but it had nothing to do with that clock.
It didn't. It just, I've seen it a million times. People said to me, Matt, aren't you mad about this? Aren't you angry that you lost a bet because of all this? Nobody called down. No one Buffalo Wild Wing the fucking thing. Okay. No one was like, hit the button, stop. What? No one did that, guys. Okay. That's just not, we have to stop this idea that everything is fixed and everything is designed to have this go this one way, blah, blah, blah. No. Okay. Look, again, I watched it numerous times. Even if Hockley said that he shouldn't have stopped it, it still would have been have enough time to spike the ball and to run the play. Okay. They would have had enough time because it got snapped with 4 seconds to go. So even if it stopped for 2 seconds, you still have 2 seconds left to snap it and have that touchdown go. So nothing nefarious happened in that game. I wish that it did not happen because I would have won. Okay. I couldn't believe, again, when you're at home, why in the hell are you going for 2? Play for overtime at home.
Going to win the game.
I know, but on the road,
going to win the game.
Fine. On the road, you play for the win. At home, you play for the time.
One play, we're going to win the game.
Go to overtime
over anyway. We got to win the game,
and that's fine and that's why they did it. Because
interim
coach, third string quarterback,
guys probably said go for the win.
Sure, yeah, because it's just one of those things. But look, the Saints are a bad football team. The Saints are being quarterbacked by a 4th string quarterback. Try to go and win the game right then and there. Don't go to overtime. I understand all of that thing, but you never heard Buffalo Wild Wing the thing. You never heard that? The overtime button. You hit it.
Chef Benny said that someone visited Matt and dropped a bag to get him to say this.
No. No, there's nothing. No one. No, Again, I would have profited. I would have had a winning day if this had not gone against me. Okay. But this went against me. And I'm still saying that nothing was wrong. If the clock stopped for 2 beats, it still didn't matter. You still would have had time to spike the ball and had 1 second left or 2 seconds left to snap the ball and throw it in the end zone for the touchdown and then go for 2 and miss. It would have played out the same way.
Had the Saints made that, there would have been a big, big hubbub more about this. Had they
You
made
think so?
that conversion. Yeah, I think it. So, I mean, the pool reporter asked Hockley, I can't believe you didn't see the pool reporter. You always want to say, ask the refs this and that.
Right.
He did. And he basically threw the sideline judge right out of he drove him right under the bus and said, he made that mistake. And the reporter said, well, what do you do? And he's like, that's all I got for you. And the interview ended. It was like 2 questions. And I saw the log and I was like, wow. Okay. So yeah, we bet millions of dollars get changed on hands like this and whatever. And it was just a little mistake. It's incredible. I don't know if you're supposed to go for the win there or not, but Washington got the win and they keep their playoff dreams alive, which is good. And they play the Eagles this week, which come on, Commanders. I mean, just punch them in the mouth. Just punch them in the mouth. I want to see. I mean, they're only 3-point favorites.
True.
So we'll see. I don't think, but again, everybody's quick to go, oh, such a bad beat. Like the teaser had it locked in and all this other stuff. And like it happens.
No, it shouldn't happen. Okay,
Vegas
it shouldn't happen.
Nothing to do with it.
Yeah, it's a mistake made.
Nothing to do with gambling.
Hockley said, quote, the covering official mistakenly stopped the clock in that situation. The clock should not have stopped. But we don't know how long. By my count, it was 2 seconds. By Coach Quinn's count, he said 3 seconds. I still think there would have been 1 second on the clock left to run the play. So, it's not reviewable. It's kind of stupid that it's not reviewable. It should be reviewable. Everything under 2 minutes should be reviewable. And especially a clock situation, but they keep the clock on the field. That's what's so weird about that statement is that they keep the clock on the field. The official clock is not actually it's upstairs. We're not seeing that the official clock is actually right there in the hand.
Who got the clock?
So that's referee's job to keep the clock. So. Yeah, it's a weird. I'll give you that. It does seem it's a weird answer. I will say that it does feel weird. And they spiked the ball with 3 seconds left. They scored in the next play. Again, how many seconds did it run off? How many seconds should have run off? Someone's saying it should have been 3.94. Okay, again, it's too close to be nefarious.
Wait, LL got the stopwatch?
I guess so. I don't know. And again, I would have loved to have seen it hit triple zeros, and I would have loved to have seen it be a win because I would have had a winning day. And so I'm not going to get all hot and bothered about it because it's not a nefarious thing. It's a human mistake. It sucks. But,
Do you think the Eagles have to lose before they get to the playoffs?
No.
Or is it just like they should just win out?
Just roll through everybody. They're lost games. Just roll everybody.
That's it.
Yeah, especially injuries, big problem for Detroit here. Montgomery, knee injury, he's out for the year. Lions, while we were talking to Kincaid, Lions came out and said Dave Montgomery is having surgery. He's done. So good thing you have Gibbs, but that stinks. That stinks. Lions lose to the Bills 48-42. Can the Bills win it all with a defense that gave up 44 and 42 points in back-to-back weeks?
First of all, I'm bummed out about David Montgomery. And you just called him Dave. I don't think anybody calls him Dave Montgomery, just for the record. He's David Montgomery. We got a lot of Lions fans in here. They're going to come at you. I'm ready for you if you're here. I got a picture we got to share.
More pissed off that you've lost him for the year than whether I'm calling him David or Dave.
Listen, they're angry, period. They lost the game, and they gave up all those points, and they were never in it.
No.
They were down bad. And now,
do you think Campbell made a mistake by kicking the onside kick first, not getting it, and then not doing it again the next time?
I mean,
it was weird, right? I mean, it was weird. If you're going to do it there, why not do it again? Like, why not do it both times? That was weird to me. Like, it was almost like an acknowledgement that the game was over.
Sometimes there's just no explanation for what HCDC does. I don't know. And again, that's above my
leave his teeth alone, guys. Stop obsessing over his teeth. Who cares? My God. You haven't seen that on the internet?
I've seen what?
Oh, the obsession over Dan Campbell's teeth. I could see.
The guy was eating kneecaps. What are you?
Yeah, he dips a lot. He dips a lot, so his teeth are rotten on the bottom. He needs to stop the dip.
Okay.
Supposedly, there's a story floating around in which he was screaming during a team meeting and he spit a tooth out at Jared Goff.
Okay.
So,
that would be alarming. I've never had that happen where someone's tooth actually hits you while you're talking.
or you're getting yelled at by a coach.
That's a rough look. Okay. But the Bills controlled that game and kept the gas pedal down.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Bills have shown that they can win this type of game multiple times now. Well, not last week against the Rams, but they didn't win it. So they can score. Can they win a defensive game?
Can the Bills? No.
Can the Bills play the Eagles in the Super Bowl and win an under?
No. Well, an under 54.5, sure.
The total is no chance going to be that high against the Eagles.
Just saying that
no chance. We're
they
talking
can win
like
that game
45.
as an under. But if we're talking 44, 45, 46, no way in hell are the Bills winning an under game. No way. Unless it's like the Eagles just do a complete, Donovan McNabb and throw up all over themselves, then maybe.
Literally.
But that would be the only way. There's no way they can do it. Their defense blows. Lions defense is done, by the way. They're cooked.
Oh my.
And you guys and the Steelers are cooked. If TJ's out long term, you're cooked.
TJ gonna be fine.
You sure that ankle didn't look fine?
They said he's gonna be fine.
All right. Yeah, and same thing in Kansas City, same thing about Mahomes. He's fine. He's fine.
He's
really?
fine.
Well,
yeah, they take that thing up and then it'd be fine.
Does it bother you that you've lost 11 straight in Philly?
I mean, just because of the guy crossing broad guy comes on and starts besmirching the whole city and throwing everything under the bus. I mean, we don't want a soccer team. They don't need that union better than a no soccer team.
Right.
And you can have the Sixers right now. I love the Sixers.
Yeah.
Always rooted for the Stiegel Super Bowl. And then after they win, they're so gracious in winning and all this other stuff that I'm reminded why I hope if the Steelers get to the Super Bowl, they play the Buccaneers or the Lions.
Not the
I mean, these people are unbelievable. Yes, it's annoying as hell.
The Steelers are coached with what?
Rain hates everything about the Steelers. He goes to the games, he wears the jerseys, and he hates everybody in the Steelers. He don't want to see them do good.
Love hate. The Chiefs beat the Browns 21-7, but Mahomes gets hurts the ankle. They play Saturday and Wednesday, Dave.
So do the Steelers and so do the Ravens.
I wouldn't play Mahomes.
The Texans. What kind of move is this?
I wouldn't play Mahomes.
4 teams playing Saturday.
Yeah.
Houston is at KC. Houston's a favorite. What do you think the odds makers thinking right now?
Right.
They're saying that Mahomes ain't playing.
Right.
Houston's the favorite. And then, oh my, the Ravens are playing Saturday night, like Dubsy says, 4:30 Eastern, 1:30 Pacific, and they're playing the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they're 7, which is now 6.5. Maybe TJ gonna sit too. I don't know.
Yeah, I would sit Mahomes. I would not play Patrick Mahomes in this short window where you're playing 2 games in essentially 11 days.
Yep.
Like, I would agree with that. Yes. NFL will be furious if they have a Mahomes Christmas Day game and Mahomes is not playing. But yeah,
I personally would not be. Carson Wentz coming into Pittsburgh.
Yes.
On Christmas Day.
Yes.
Sign me up. We'll be watching. I'll tell everybody. We'll download that mofo. That's how we wake up Christmas morning here. 10 o'clock in the morning kickoff. We're already trying to plan the day around. Hopefully if Santa shows up, let's pick him whether he does or not. Apparently going on at this joint.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we got all kinds of things happening over here.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Oh, it's a pick 'em. But if that happens,
list is getting long.
And then a lot of things happening, P-Rope. It's been one of them crazy months for you over here in the joint too.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay with Carson Wentz.
Sit in both games. See you next year. I would totally agree with you.
Wow.
Now, again, can Carson Wentz bring them, because it's all about the 1 seed, right? So the Chiefs need to go 2-1 the rest of the way in the next 3 games. Got to win 2. I would sit them and just maybe play him week 18 and just try to get, maybe Carson Wentz can win 1 game and then Mahomes plays in week 18. They get the 1 seed.
listen, if Patrick Mahomes can play this week at home on Saturday
Yes.
against Houston,
Yes.
I think he would play.
Yeah, but that's one of the best pass rushing teams in football, and your left tackle sucks.
Well, he gets hit a lot.
He was out last. He's out. He's got a hamstring problem. He's coming back off an ACL injury. He can't block you. So I'm not playing Mahomes.
I got
no
a good
freaking
swim
way.
move, by the way. I could get around and
I'm not playing Mahomes with that offensive line, with him not being able to move that ankle. He's hurt that ankle a bunch of times. Like this has been a chronic thing for him right now, trying to gotta shoot that thing up and get healthy. If you want to go deep in the postseason, I wouldn't play him. I would sit him until the playoffs and forget about the NFL and scheduling and everything else and go, okay, get him right for the postseason. Even give up the first seed if you have to. I mean, he was on the back of a cart. Everyone's saying he's on Facebook walking around. I don't care what he's on. Okay. Can he play NFL football? Can he go get away from one of the better pass rushes in Will Anderson in Houston? Can he get away from them? Can he get away from TJ Watt in the Steelers? If the answer is no, you don't play him. I wouldn't play him for 2 seconds. You're trying to win a championship. Who the hell cares about the 1 seed?
You got to get that by, don't you?
You need it, but you don't have to have it. If your quarterback breaks his ankle and he's out long term, why risk it? No need.
I mean, so now you got to go on the road. You're good going to Buffalo in January and winning.
Yes, Chiefs can win in Buffalo. According to our guy Tommy the Lip, he thinks that the Chiefs are going to lose at home badly anyway to Buffalo.
Right.
Doesn't matter where they play.
Tommy the Lip won the internet last week.
He did.
He came on here on Wednesday, stood up,
right,
told everybody all this other stuff, got the Josh Allen, said, go get all the Josh Allen you can get because that number's going to explode. Go get all the Buffalo to win it all. Numbers you can, because it's going down after they win and they're going to dominate and this and that. And man, Tommy the Lip, go watch the show. Go to the YouTube channel @ Boston versus the book. Watch Wednesday. Put a clip out on the Twitter @ Boston versus the book. Tommy was up there. He's fired up. I mean, I sent him a text yesterday. I said, Bills. He said, I told you. He did tell you, me, you, the brigade, everybody. I mean, is it that easy, though? Like, it's just, I mean, they're playing New England, who.
They're going to house the Patriots.
Like, Lordy.
They're going to house the Patriots.
Like, Lordy. What?
Yeah.
14, and it's Monday.
Yeah, not high enough.
Just like the Ravens wasn't high enough against the Giants on the road.
21. But it could have covered though. I think
it's not covered, like you say, it's an L.
It is, but if DeVito doesn't get hurt, like that I watched I watched that whole game because I was on the Giants, so I watched it. I was like,
that game?
Yeah, I had 8 TVs. I had 8 games. I had 8 games. I was watching 8 games. I watched it all, but I was watching it because I was on for the Bills or for the Giants rather for 16. I was on 16 and a half, and so I was like, it was close. There were a couple of drives and there were a couple of plays. It was like, it was close. I mean, Lamar had a game, 5 touchdowns. He was incredible. He was phenomenal.
Mr. C, Chris Covey, because Dr. Chow said Watt is probably good to go. Doesn't mean squadoosh.
Means 0.
Okay, just be careful.
On that.
Doc and
yeah.
I didn't go to medical school, so I'm not besmirching a doctor, but
yeah.
Chill out on that diagnosis today.
Yeah.
Let's hope he's okay. I think he'll be fine.
Bo Nix is now 7-0 as a favorite against the number. No rookie quarterback had ever gone 6-0. Now he's 7-0.
Yeah.
Denver beats Indy. I think we're sleeping a little bit on the Broncos' potential to wreak havoc in the postseason.
Yeah.
I want Denver to have a rematch with the Chiefs.
In Kansas City.
Either or. Give me round 2.
They're not going to Denver.
Correct.
They have more wins than them.
Give me round 2 and the division too.
So a road playoff game.
They almost beat them. They did beat them in Arrowhead. They blocked the kick.
Regular season. Very different.
Okay.
A lot of different pressure. But
that sucked yesterday.
It
doesn't matter. Fine. It doesn't matter, CBW. When you get pick sixes like they had and their defense plays the way their defense is playing. Denver is a very interesting team in the playoffs. That's a very interesting quarterback coach dynamic and a very good defense.
Wow. Now look at this. I just saw KD in the chat.
Right.
So our female viewership has gone up. Hello, KD. Good to see you. and she just chimed in as Lewis, Mr. Pittsburgh, is talking about the Ravens. Everybody's sleeping on the Ravens because nobody's talking about the Ravens.
No.
The Ravens
She's
are
pointing
going to
up
have
to
to play the
Covey.
Broncos.
She's pointing up to Covey's. That is Covey's what she's pointing up to.
No,
Ravens have no
She got in late.
Ravens have no defense.
No, listen, KD Dow is
Oh,
Ravens through and through.
Okay. She's
saying. No. She's pointing at them not talking about the Ravens.
Okay.
That's what she's talking about.
Well, I have a 12-1 on them, so I am talking about the Ravens. So I am very much talking about the Ravens.
Yeah.
I'm in on the Ravens. I am all let's go.
Yeah.
But their defense is as bad as Buffalo's defense when it comes to stopping the pass.
If
The
this
Giants
game was
passed on
Saturday
them.
night, KD and Jay Dow, I was coming to this game. I was going to have you pick me up at the airport and shoot in there and go to this game. But it's a little cold, and it's Saturday, and we got stuff we got to take care of Saturday morning that I cannot miss. Plus, Penn State plays Saturday morning, and I can't be in the air when Penn State's playing on Saturday morning. This Saturday is going to be insane.
Agreed.
We got football games in the playoffs in the college, and we got football games in the NFL that might as well be playoff games, but they're not. There's a lot of crap happening on Saturday.
Do stats matter to you when it comes to the MVP conversation?
Again, they matter to the people that vote. So hence they should matter. But to me, there is no question that Lip was right on Wednesday and Josh Allen is the MVP of this league.
Okay, so if you go by that, right? Like Josh Allen isn't in the top 5 for passing yards.
Okay.
Josh Allen is.
So who are the top 5 in the passing yards right now?
Burrow, Goff, Smith, Mayfield, Jackson.
Burrow, whose team has a losing record.
Yep.
Who's next? Goff.
Yep.
I mean, he was in the running for the MVP. He's top 3, but that was not a great game.
Yeah.
And then who?
Geno Smith.
How's that working out?
Baker
Geno's
Mayfield.
having a nice season with numbers. Okay.
Baker Mayfield.
Baker's doing great things down there. They still have a losing record. Oh, no, they even now? They're 500, I believe.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And Lamar.
Lamar's great.
Allen's 8th.
Yeah. Where's Lamar in QB rushing yards?
Hold on.
Okay.
We'll do passing first.
Okay.
Josh Allen has 25 passing touchdowns.
That's pretty good.
Lamar's got 34.
That's good. That's better. By numbers, that's 9 better.
Okay. Josh.
Hey, I see Big Sis Lisa in here too. Hi, Big Sis Lisa. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Always
interceptions. Lamar has 3. Allen has 5.
Allen has 3 picks. Lamar has 5.
No, Lamar has 3. Allen has 5.
Oh, so Lamar. Okay, so Allen has 2 more picks than Lamar. Okay.
So more passing yards, Lamar. More passing touchdowns, Lamar.
Mm-hmm.
Fewer interceptions
mm-hmm.
than Josh Allen.
Mm.
Rushing yardage wise, let's see. We'll do it by position group, by quarterback. Let's see for rushing quarterbacks. Wow, Bo Nix has really ran the ball a lot this year. That's crazy.
Good job by him.
300 yards rushing for Bo Nix. Lamar Jackson has 743 yards rushing.
Uh-huh. Is that the most for all quarterbacks?
Yes. Josh Allen has 484. Josh Allen has 11 rushing touchdowns.
That's pretty good.
Lamar Jackson has 6.
Wow. So finally we got to a number where Allen is better than Lamar.
Hold on. Let me make sure that's accurate. Hold on.
Okay.
Where did that go?
Hold on.
Lamar has only 3 rushing touchdowns. Sorry.
Oh.
He has 3 to 11. So Josh has way more rushing touchdowns.
Okay.
And that's the only stat that he beats him in.
Yeah.
Other than the record, but Lamar is victimized by his kicker. I mean, Lamar had 5 touchdowns this weekend. 5.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, in terms of just looking at the market, this is where it gets really dangerous when it comes to season awards because it's minus 900 for Josh Allen right now, and Lamar is plus 750.
Well, guys like the Lip came on our show.
But he's the most
talked about
Buffalo
it.
of Buffalo
And-
people. It's
No,
just
I know,
very
but like,
funny.
but
this
then
is
he
where
told people about
we'll
it.
get to
And
the
now
we'll get
people
to the
are
Heisman.
watching the
Okay?
show and they're betting it.
I know, but we'll get to the Heisman here in a second. The Heisman Trophy vote was the closest it's been since 2009, but the betting markets were so fundamentally on Travis Hunter, it wasn't even funny. It was more minus 4,000 for
Right.
Travis Hunter.
Right.
Everyone just assumed it was an automatic Hunter was winning it. It was a small margin.
Correct.
So everyone's just assuming that Josh Allen's going to win this award. It might be way closer than people think.
100% it's closer. There are people that are listening to us or watching the show that may or may not have a vote for this and go, you know what? The Bostonian guy, which again is Matt Peralta, he's the Bostonian. I'm the book guy. I'm from Pittsburgh, but I'm dressed in Eagle stuff because I lost a bet. But they're going to listen to this and they're going to go, you know what? We should vote for Lamar. I told you, I talked to someone who knows 3 people who voted for the Heisman, and they all voted for Genty.
Yeah.
So, like, the betting markets are an indicator. They are not the be-all, end-all to who's going to win these award markets. I personally would vote for Josh Allen. Who would you vote for?
For the MVP right now, I got to wait to see. I got to see how the rest of the year plays out.
Okay, but if
Lamar
I ask
beats
you right
Pittsburgh-
now in this snapshot in time, before
Right
week
now,
16,
it's Josh Allen, but it's not minus what it is. It's not minus 900 to plus
Christ, does it
750.
matter? Who would you vote for? That's it.
Well, I'd vote for Josh Allen, but the margin's very small. Like I think
Of
Lamar
course.
is not that far behind. Like again, if Lamar balls out on Saturday and beats Pittsburgh, and the Ravens win the division, I'm giving it to Lamar. Josh Allen's playing in a crap division. Dolphins, Patriots, and Jets suck.
Right.
The AFC North is in the conversation for the best division in football.
Yeah.
Okay.
Except for Cleveland. I mean, we could try to.
Cleveland's not bad.
Bring it up,
They're not
Cleveland.
bad. That's not a
Come
bad
on,
football
come on.
team.
Come
It's
on.
not a bad football team. It's not. Who's better, Miami or Cleveland?
Well,
It's not even a question in my
if I
mind.
was
Cleveland's
playing
way
if
better.
I was picking in Cleveland, I'd take Cleveland. If we're playing
Cleveland's
in Cleveland.
way
I don't know
better.
if
They're
Cleveland goes down
way
to
better
Miami
than the
with them,
Dolphins
but-
are. Way
yeah.
better than the Dolphins are. Dolphins are a dumpster fire. I mean, McDaniels is getting fired at the end of the year. They can't beat anybody who's even somewhat good. I mean, that's just a joke. On paper, there's some superstars for Miami, but as a team, Tua's regressing before our eyes. He throws lollipops, man. Those picks he threw yesterday were embarrassing. I mean, I'll take Jameis Winston over Tua any damn day. I like, and he was throwing picks like crazy yesterday himself. Remember we said about the Chiefs' turnover margins and how it was historically low? Well, they have 5 yesterday.
Yeah,
It was 5-0. That helps the margin.
it does.
For the Chiefs.
Guys in the chat and girls in the chat. Big Sis Lisa, KD Dow. You guys are watching the show again. Thank you for being here. Can you bring friends? We need to increase our female viewership. Apparently, yeah. Well, I mean, Mrs. JPC the fourth is now a big fan.
Right.
Chicago Kristen watches the show and has our dinner conversation with Chicago John. Like,
Right.
we can bring the ladies in. They like and hang out and watch the show. In the chat right now, who would you vote for MVP of the league? It's pretty much down to Lamar or Josh Allen, is it not?
Yeah, and
Like the
Saquon's been
Saquon
tremendous.
stuff.
It's gone.
Eagles fans, don't get mad at me. Don't
gone.
come at me. He ain't winning.
I agree.
No
Nope.
running back is winning MVP, period. Mr. C, you're right.
Yeah,
I don't know who
agreed.
needs to hear it. I love Saquon.
Allen plays the Pats, the Jets, and the Pats. So, like,
Pad them stats, baby.
fine. But if Lamar wins bigger football games, let's see.
He just went into Detroit and did what he did.
Yeah. And the Lions defense is so banged up. They gave up 42 points.
Oh, I mean, you have to put the salt in the wound right now. I mean, the Lions.
They
fans
went
been
to the
showing up
Rams.
for us.
They've gone on the road the last 2 weeks to the Rams and to the Lions. And they've given up 44 and 42 points.
Domes. It's a different football game now. Football's different now.
Fine. That's 86 points in 2 games. It's
a
in 2
lot.
games. Like, it's.
And you're not
So-
even good with the math, and you got that one.
So, like, that's a lot. And I get that Allen was able to do it. But the Lions and the Rams defense on paper are garbage. Absolute garbage. They are. Lions defense can't stop anybody. They've lost 3 starters. Yesterday, they lost 3 starters. Like,
Yes,
they're
they
so
did.
banged up.
Oh, boy.
The Rams are bad, period. The Rams have a bad defense. It's McVay's boogaboo. His defense has been bad. So Rams defense stinks. Their secondary stinks. They have a decent pass rush, but that's about it. Lions defense stinks. Okay. The Steelers defense does not stink. Let's see what Lamar does this weekend against the Steelers defense. Let's see what the numbers are. If he gets shut down, okay.
Hold on, 20-second timeout. We've been on TV in a lot of places, but Leg Show, you got me with this one. I'm going to read this one because I don't want to mess it up. I went to the Bunny Ranch one time, and they had BVB on, so you have more female viewers than you think. LOL. Leg Show Magazine, you win today. That is outstanding. I mean, I've talked about what people are doing while they're watching a show on late night.
Yep.
On Sports Grid, all the different platforms that it's on.
Yep.
I had no idea we were on in the Bunny Ranch. Sponsorship opportunity. I'm gonna have to explain to the wife.
Wait, does the Bunny Ranch still exist? Does that still exist?
Drive up there and say, listen, I heard we're on the TVs here. Maybe we can work something out. Not for me. Yeah. Not for me. I don't want nothing to do with this.
Dennis Hoff is dead. Is the Bunny Ranch still around? I thought the Bunny Ranch is gone.
Listen, the Bunny Ranch is the oldest profession in the world.
It is, but no, there's multiple Pahrump brothels. I'm not saying
I know nothing about this,
but
I've only heard about this.
I thought the Bunny Ranch closed because Hoff is dead, so I thought that's why the Bunny Ranch closed.
Not to be confused with loyal viewer of the show, Jack Hoff.
No,
Jack Hoff,
no, different. Yes, different. No. This is Dennis Hoff. Dennis Hoff.
Yeah, Dennis Hoff.
What's the one? When I first moved here, I took my picture out in front of it.
You did?
Yeah, the ex-wife took it. She thought it was funny as hell. She's the one that took the picture.
You're freaky. I mean,
I didn't go inside.
I thought you both went inside.
No, I didn't go inside. Here? I just went.
Learn something new every day on this show.
I took a picture out in front of it. What was the name of it? Shoot, I forget the name of it. It was the same one that Lamar Odom was in. Was
brain fog? It's that brain fog.
Right.
We're both dealing with that.
Remember when Lamar Odom got caught there for like 4 days? They didn't know where he was, and they found where he was.
That poor man. He must have had so much stuff in his system. He had no idea he was on planet Earth.
He did not.
He thought he woke up on Jupiter.
He was there for 4 days.
Uranus.
Didn't know where. Jeez.
Holy crap!
Didn't know where they were.
It's a planet, Uranus. What are you doing?
Right.
What do you mean?
According to it's under new management. Come see our renovations. Sherry's Ranch. That's one of them. Yep. Sherry's Ranch is one of them. Thank you. Yep, that's true. Yes. Sherry's Ranch is one of them. There's another one too that is.
Oh, Vinny Konowinski. I'm in the Hustler Club right down the street.
Nah. We're talking brothels. We're not talking about strip clubs. Two different worlds. We're talking about.
I mean, sometimes in the one does the other.
Fine, but like that's illegal. But when the one does the other, that's breaking the law.
Allegedly.
No, that's when that happens. That's illegal. You cannot solicit in Las Vegas in Clark County. You must go to Pahrump to do that. In Pahrump, it's legal. Allegedly. I'm just telling you the truth. People think
I know, Counselor Perot.
We come to Vegas.
Lawyers watching the show.
People come to Vegas and they think that they can solicit, and they can't. You can't do that. You have to drive an hour outside of Vegas, and that's where it's legal. It's not legal to do that here. Even though those stupid click guys who walk on the strip and have those strange things on the side of the on the billboards that move around and say "girls, girls, girls." Those are not. That's not legal.
I used to walk by him on the way to work. I bring a parlay card. Stuff
they try to give it to my fucking daughter. I want to punch guys in the head. I want to kill those guys. Every time I'm walking with my kid, they're like, click. They're doing the whole this, and I'm like, I'm with my kid. You sick. Like, what are you doing? You don't can me that.
They don't really look.
They don't care. No, they said their job is just hand it everyone, and then they throw them on the ground. They're everywhere, and they're all you know. It's all a mess.
You need a leaf blower down on the strip for all this stuff on the ground there. Just blow those around. Yeah. I remember the first time we took the kids.
Phone book was a thing. Entertainer section in Yellow Pages was huge in Las Vegas.
So it's a big category. It's a big category. I mean, they might put us under there.
Oh, it's goodness.
Not for that. Like other things. Like we entertain people. Yeah. The Green Door has everything you need.
Yeah, the billboards go up and down. But they're not promoting illegal services. They're promoting companionship, like show. Companionships. It's an escort service. If the escort decides to do other things, that's not their business. They don't ever.
Views expressed on the BVB right now are explicitly from Matt Peralt at Sports Talk.
No, that's the truth. They advertise escorts. Escorts aren't prostitutes. Escorts are people that will spend time with you. That's it.
Talk about something else right now, like meat curtains. I think maybe, or something else. Anything else.
You know, that's the fun thing about this town is that you can find anything that you need. Anything.
And you ain't got to go to Pahrump to do it.
Well, I know, but then it's illegal then. You want to do the legal version of it. You don't have to worry about getting pinched and you worry about on a perp list because every couple of months they do that whole entire like that perp walk thing and they put out like the 60 guys and here are all the John Does that have all gone to the escort service and here you go and they're dun 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 and we're like you scroll through you're like oh I know that guy I know that guy I know that guy it's bad like it's really bad. So if you don't want to get that to happen when you're on the nightly news for being a John Doe, get in the car and drive an hour and get into Pahrump and then you're all good to go.
You know what you're talking about right now.
It's expensive though, but yeah,
very expensive.
It's expensive.
Talking about expensive. Did you see that Las Vegas locally put that tweet? If you're coming here for 3 days, how much money you bringing? Coming for 3 days and you ain't gambling. This woman went on some Reddit somewhere, did something, said, I'm coming to Vegas. I want to just eat good and do fun stuff, but I'm not gambling. How much do I need?
Is she paying for the room out of this money or is it just expendable income?
Room is taken care of.
Okay, the room's free.
The room is free. Nothing else.
3 days. She wants to eat well. And what else does she want to do?
Have fun.
That's a dangerous conversation.
That's what I was like.
There's a whole.
What kind of fun?
You need to define that when it comes to Vegas. I want to have fun. Okay, what type of fun are we talking about?
3 days. How much you bringing? What's a number?
1,500.
The answer that it's a nickel a day minimum.
So 1,500. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But then you know how expensive everything is now, right?
Well, I mean, eat well is debatable though, because like I can eat really well. I got a place here locally that has the best quesadilla tacos that you'll spend $30 and you'll eat like a king. So it just depends upon like what do you mean by eat well? Like you want to go and get wined and dined by some ritzy place and okay, fine. Your dinner is going to be $500, but you don't have to spend that in Vegas to eat really well. No. Just need to know where you're going. Do you have a car? Like there's a million different versions of Las Vegas, but I would think at minimum $1,500 for 3 days.
Yeah. Deuce Staley, you can always Zell the guys beside you at the blackjack table. Hashtag if you know, you know. What a call.
Where is she?
Right there, Deuce.
Where is she? We need to figure out where she is right now to get her back on. The last time she played blackjack.
Oh, my. Yeah, we'll have to see. I don't get in trouble.
What was the guy's name? What was the guy's name that she was selling at the blackjack table?
I don't know.
You do. Wait, you know it's a Gestapo or Gustavo?
Giuseppe? I don't know.
It was. Oh, you guys remember what the guy's name was that she was sending money to at the table and he was giving her cash.
I remember a Turner. You did what?
Gustavo. Thank you. Gustavo.
Thank you, Mr. C.
She gave Gustavo.
Gustavo. I said, you sent Gustavo money?
And you can't count on top of that. So how much money did you send?
I get a 6, a 5, and a 3, and I don't know what it is. Oh, Katie.
Stupak was great. She was great. Did she graduate yet?
I don't know. So she went to Ohio State, so she's probably got a lot of things going on right now.
Oh, look, China Mama in Chinatown. Hell yeah, Rainmaker. You can go and get a lot of good food. China Mama. Hell yeah.
More beef. Did you?
And China Mama now actually is at Palace Station. If you guys want good Chinese food, China Mama just opened up a Palace Station at the end of the strip. So that place is tremendous. And they have a huge, a bigger, because the one in Chinatown is pretty small. It's hard to get into. But now the one at Palace Station is gorgeous.
Can you put Rainmaker's chat back up there? It says Chinatown is awesome. Went to an all-you-can-eat beef place
for $30.
It was amazing. Oh, I thought I was thinking of something different. all-you-can-eat beef place. I mean, we got the word of the day today is beef.
Yep.
Kincaid said people got beef, trying to make people have beef, and Lewis is talking about all-you-can-eat beef place.
Right.
It's only $30. A lot of beef today, boys.
Jesus.
Yelling at me.
Baker does it again as a dog. Bucks crush the Chargers on the road. Do you think Tampa can win a playoff game?
Yes.
I do too.
Yes. This is a shame because if they get the 4 seed, which is the lowest division of 1, 2, 3, or 4, they get the best wild card team. So this has the makings of Minnesota having all of its hopes and dreams of being the best. I mean, they're one game. They're right there with Detroit now. They go to Tampa and lose.
Right now, they're the 3 seed, not the 4.
Tampa is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Because Rams are 8-6, but they have a tiebreaker.
They get the 6. They get
based on
Green
win
Bay.
percentage, overall win percentage in conference games. So they're 6-3 against the conference. The Rams are 5-5. That's the tiebreak that puts the Bucs over the Rams. So Rams would host the Vikings, and the Bucs would go to the Packers.
No,
which
the Packers
sucks.
would go to the Bucs.
Oh, sorry. No, yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
Packers. Right.
Packers
Thank
go
you
to
for
the
the
Bucs.
Browns.
Yeah.
Excuse me. You're
Yeah.
right. Much better.
Yeah.
Much better.
Yeah.
Packers
oh, man.
on
The
road.
NFC playoffs, the first round is going to be awesome. The first round of the NFC playoffs are going to be fantastic. When you want competitive games in it, college football playoffs, you're going to get very competitive games. Road teams are going to be favored in those situations. There's going to be road favorites in the NFL playoffs. So
wild.
Yeah.
Yeah,
wow,
Bucks
Yorkie, Mr. Philadelphia, Yorkie Morris comes in and says Green Bay beats the Bucks. Think it's that easy? Green Bay just goes down there and beats the Bucks?
Because the Bucks defense is somewhat suspect at times. I mean, Baker with Mike Evans, I mean, they have such a good connection, man. And look, that was a team, and I know turnovers had a lot to do with this, but that was the claim to fame that the Chargers don't give up 20 points. And they got run over by the Bucks yesterday. You gave up 40, gave up 20, give a double of that.
And the prop that my guy Newbie gave me weeks ago with Herbert not throwing a pick and the books not adjusting the price every single week finally came to an end. Is yesterday's Tampa crushing the Chargers more about the Chargers or about the Bucks?
Oh, the Chargers are leaking oil badly.
Yeah, we need to somehow figure out how to get the Chargers to have to come to Pittsburgh in the first round.
Right. I mean, they've lost 3 of 4.
That.
They've lost 3 of 4. Chargers play the Broncos at home, at the Patriots, and at the Raiders. I mean, they could play their way out of the playoffs.
No, I don't think there's anyone else that can get in.
What do you mean?
Who can catch them? They might be the 6 seed or the 7 seed, but
Colts.
The Colts?
They're 6-8.
The Colts?
If the Chargers end up 8-9, the Colts could be 9-8. Colts play the Titans, Giants, Jaguars. Colts can win the next 3 games.
Like the Colts play who? The Titans at home, so they should. And then who?
At the Giants.
Oh boy, okay. And
home for the Jaguars.
Jeez, they could actually win the next 3 games.
They could win out, and the Colts could get in. The Colts aren't dead by any means. The Colts have a shot to make the playoffs just because the Chargers are leaking oil so badly.
Wow, wouldn't that be something if the Chargers fall out of the playoffs with a late season swoon?
And the Dolphins, unfortunately,
who did Chargers play this week? Hold on. The Chargers
told you.
win this week.
I told you who the Chargers play. Chargers have a tough schedule. Chargers have to go and play the Broncos at home, at the Patriots, all the way across the country, and then they come all the way back and play the Raiders.
Oh my! Wait, they play. The worst case scenario, the Chargers play to Denver at home on Thursday this week.
And then go across the country to the Patriots to play against New England, and then come all the way back to play the Raiders.
I mean, they should beat both the Patriots and the Raiders, no?
Should, could, would. I mean, there's a million. Patriots aren't going to lay down in that game. Patriots have, I mean, Drake May is playing really well.
Wow.
So, I mean, look, Patriots.
So without looking, hold on. What's the Chargers and Broncos line?
I would say
Chargers ball, like 1.5 Chargers.
No,
Broncos
I'd say
can't be favored. Not
they
a
can't
Thursday
be.
road. No way. 2,
Fine.
1.5, 2.
2.5 Chargers.
Okay, still got it.
Will be. Is it? No. What is it? I'm guessing. That's what I'm guessing. 2.5 Chargers. I'm not saying. That's what I'm guessing. I'll tell you right now.
3 even.
Okay.
2.5, 2.5. Okay. Well, we would have debated that. I'd have said put it 2.5 and let them lay. Wow. Okay. So they started it at 3. That's interesting. Wow.
Yeah.
Paying it
3 even money at Circa.
Okay. Holy crap.
So they're taking the 3 at the moment.
So we got some gigantic AFC playoff implication games.
Yep.
Thursday, Denver at the Chargers. Saturday, Houston, KC early. Pittsburgh, Baltimore afternoon. Wow, this will be a busy Friday, Thursday, Friday,
and
Saturday.
And people will say the Bengals. That's true. The Bengals are 6-8 too. So the Bengals have Browns, Broncos at the Steelers. Their schedule is much more difficult.
Browns -7.
Broncos.
Broncos where?
At home.
Hello.
At Pittsburgh.
Hello. They could win that game. Bengals D is also caca. You're right.
I'd rather have the schedule for the Colts. Colts have a really easy schedule.
I mean, a miss in all of this is we have to just give our hat tip to the Tennessee Titans and their ability to just continue to get the opponent to the window every single week.
Cash my under bet? What week are we in? They can't win. They can't win more than
we just finished week 15.
15, so they can't win 7 games, right?
There's 7.
The 3-11. We've got 3 games left. Yeah. Okay, I'm on under 6.5, so I just want to make sure. So yes, Titans cashed just came in. Yeah. Under 6.5 will cash for the Titans. And I'm under. And if the Raiders lose tonight, that equally will happen. Well, I'll cash the Raiders under 6.5. Both those bets will cash.
Very
tonight.
Nice.
So that's good. So we got both those bets on the under 6.5 wins for both those teams who have completely and totally sucked. So that's good. So we got that. Those were juice plays. The Patriots over 4.5 will not cash. That will miss. Best they can do is 4, unless they shock and beat the Chargers. Shock the world. Good. Cash last week at FanDuel. Good. They paid it out, John. That's great. Vegas books don't pay that out till after the year's over. I wish.
What do you put in? Don't put in the number.
I just wish they would pay out after it cashes. Here you go. You won. They don't do it. They don't do that. They make you.
I would do it if it was our book. I would do it because that would mean people would bet it, or you'd have presents money to buy presents for the holidays. It's a goodwill thing. Like, you won your bet. Here's your cash. I don't want to make you wait.
Come see me in January when the year's over. Then you can go ahead and we'll pay the tickets out. So that's yeah. So that sucks on that. Okay, couple things.
Well, the reason why is because you have alternate totals, season wins, and you need to put a number in
and it's all correlated. I know it's all correlated too. So you grade it all and pay it all equally. I get why the books don't do it here. It's just kind of a bummer when you're sitting on a ticket and it's good and you got to wait 3 weeks to cash it because you want to cash it. You want
right now. You believe this?
This should be the norm.
2 Monday Night Football games.
This should be the norm. We should kill Thursday.
If we kill Thursday and then do this, I'm in.
This should be the norm. We should play 2 games on Monday every week and kill Thursday. Because this is going to be a lot of fun. You can flip back and forth. If one game sucks, watch the other. Or you can stagger it if you want. East Coast, West Coast. I'm good with that too. 7:00 kick.
All they
East
have
Coast.
to do is stagger it another hour. Like 4:00 Pacific and 5:30 Pacific are perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's 7:00 Eastern and 8:30 Eastern. That gets the early bird special people that eat the dinner early. They can watch the first game and they pass out. They don't make it to the end of the second game if the first game stinks. You got time to get into the second game before. This. We should make this our BV. We should say this every day.
Yeah,
for the rest of the year. This is perfect.
It should, but they won't do it because they paid the contract out and blah, blah, blah. But Thursday games suck. They aren't fun. The players are banged up. Monday night was always the get right spot anyway. We have it for gambling anyway. So let's just give them 2 games to bet on versus 1. Stop with Thursday.
If there was ever a better time to get on this train after whatever was Thursday this past week, with San Francisco and the Rams not scoring a touchdown.
Right.
12-6. I mean, I understand it was raining, but I mean, guys, football players playing in rain. And I understand the defenses were fired up, all except for that guy that just decided he didn't want to play no more.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need no more Thursday games.
Agreed. Bears at the Vikings tonight. Number 7 total is 44. How many points are the Bears scoring tonight? That's all I need to know.
How many points are the Bears scoring tonight? This is my LSU/BVB /Vikings model hat. Okay. Purple, gold, and black hat. I have a white one too. How How many points? So the total's 43.5. So we're thinking, what, 31-14? Somewhere in that neighborhood?
Yep, bet the Vikings.
28-14, maybe?
Lay the 7. That's all you need. That's all I got to go. Lay 7.
Wow, you said they score 17 minimum.
Fine. They score 28-17. I'm good. Lay 7. Don't screw with. I don't think you can play with the total tonight. I think the total is not something I'd bet.
Yeah.
Vikings win this game going away. Bears can't score for anything. They're horrible on offense. They're a mess.
It's been overwhelmingly decided in the poll that Christmas movie, yes.
58% overwhelmingly.
Oh, it's down to 58% now? Wow. Okay.
I closed it already.
Oh, all right. I missed the close.
Yeah.
Give the people something to vote on right now.
Okay.
Vikings -7, Bears +7. Who you got? Who you got? Because, again, thanks to Thule, I wrote all this down. Favorites were 10-3 straight up, 9-4 against the number.
I just don't think the Bears are going to score.
This applies to later. Road chalk with the Falcons. This would apply to that. We're 6-0 straight up and 5-1 against the spread.
Raiders cover.
Oh, really?
I think Raiders might win the game outright.
Whoa! Why would the Raiders win the game with the number 1 pick at hand?
They don't care about that. The coaches cares about that. The players don't care about that. Falcons suck.
Ooh, do they ever?
They suck.
You know when they were the team?
Cousins sucks.
Oh.
Cousins making history here. We haven't seen a quarterback throw 8 picks and no touchdowns over a 4-game stretch before.
He wrote, who playing quarterback for the Raiders?
Ritter.
Say it again for the people that missed
Desmond Ritter. I'm not bad about that. I'm not mad about Desmond Ritter playing. Give me Jacoby Myers. Big game for Jacoby Myers. Let this offense go and cook. At home, Monday night. Yes.
I think the Falcons win this one pretty easily tonight.
Okay. Why?
I don't think the Raiders
Max Crosby's going to eat
much at all. And
I think the game goes over. I think you're wrong. I think they score. I think the Raiders score. Game goes over.
I hope you're right. I want to be entertained. I mean, my favorite thing about today is coming up at the end of the show. And for those of you that follow us on Twitter, I'm at SportsBK Consig. Matt is at Sports Talk Matt. And the show is at Boston versus the Book. Our guy is in town, and I'm still recovering from Saturday night. That's my favorite thing about today. We'll talk about that. I hope he gets a good game. He's going to the game. You want to go to the game?
Not really.
Tell the truth. That's okay to say no. That's okay. Really. I told him no. He's very upset.
Not really.
I said, we hung out a long time on Saturday. I don't want to go sit at the game with you.
I don't like Raider games. I think they're boring. I think their productions suck.
I want to watch the Vikings game.
Yeah, I think NFL. To me, after going to college games in that building, it's not. The college game is way better. Way better.
Listen, Atlanta and Vegas in December. Good seats will be available. It's going to look like UNLV against Reno.
Yeah, Antonio Pierce is 2-0 at night and 2-0 ATS. He is since 2003, only one head coach ever had gone 3-0 ATS in night games. Dennis Green did it back in 05 and 06. This is Kirk Cousins, who absolutely blows with this. Kirk Cousins is the first quarterback since Brett Favre in 05 to throw no touchdowns and 8 picks over a 4-game span. Over the last 5 years, Cousins is 16-31 ATS playing indoors, including 7-17 ATS over the last 3 seasons. Since 2020, Kirk Cousins is dead last of the 92 quarterbacks to play in the NFL against the number when the game's been indoors. In primetime on Monday night, Kirk Cousins is 4-10 straight up and 4-10 against the spread. Not good. He's been better recently. He's won 4 of his last 5 on Monday Night Football.
Is he throwing 2 touchdown passes?
He might be throwing 2 picks tonight. He struggles tonight. He gets benched. We're going to see Michael Penix.
Atlanta has the Giants next week.
The look-ahead
number's already 10.
The Giants are horrible.
Boy, the Giants have packed it in.
Giants have been horrible. Monday Night Football games have been overs a lot this year.
Yeah.
I think we see offense here in this. The Raiders.
So yesterday, the overs were 7, 5, and 1.
Raiders are 4-1 to the over at home this year.
Yeah.
Raider games go over. Fast track, indoors, dome, good to kick. A lot of field goals. Long field goals.
Bowers goes over all his props.
Probably so. I mean, if I'm Ritter, that's what I'm looking for. If you're looking for a first half number, Ritter is 5-12 ATS against the first half number in his career. When in games he starts, he's 0-10.
Is this the first snap he's taking as a Raider?
First snap? First game he's starting as a Raider, yeah. He's 11-6 in the second half.
Okay. Well, I mean, he came in and played, I guess, when the other guy got hurt, right? Like, so he's played games for the Raiders this season. Like, just he's taken snaps in a game for the Raiders.
Let me tell you. Desmond Ritter has played he played against Tampa, right? Yeah, he's played a bunch. Yeah, Ritter's played a lot. He's played in 4 games so far this year for the Raiders. He's thrown 44 pass attempts, completed 28 of them, 239 yards, 1 touchdown, no picks.
Okay.
So in terms of snaps, a bunch, like 4 games worth of snaps.
Can you imagine there's like playoff games being decided tonight in fantasy leagues all over on these games?
Oh, yeah. I'm in my consolation bracket, and I put up the most points I've ever put up because I had Jared Goff and I had David Montgomery, and I had all the receivers for the Ravens.
Oh, my. I
scored like 175 points this week in fantasy. I've been awful.
Probably was like this
jag off. Yeah. I'm in the consolation bracket, and I just eviscerated this guy like 175-62.
He's probably like, man, this is BS.
100%. He's like, that sucks. Quickly, we do a quick college story before we get out of here for bonus time. Travis Hunter wins the Heisman. Guy started his career at Jackson State, an FCS school. Became the 5th non-quarterback to win the award since 2000, smallest margin of victory since 2009, and that pissed off Ashton Genty, who said afterwards he should have won. Any problem with a guy with sour milk?
I mean, you ask a question, you get an answer. What's he supposed to say? Congratulations, but I feel like I should have won. Okay, that's fine. I didn't watch it for the first time in a long time. I was too much going on, and had an absolute crazy day. And then, this guy lands in Vegas, Emerson, and it was like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm coming to see you. And that turned into 10 hours later going home. So, he had a nice suit.
Emerson?
Did you see? No.
Oh, Hunter.
Travis
Oh, yeah.
Hunter.
Oh, yeah. Broke
Did
down
you
crying.
see the girlfriend?
Well, that's been the story afterwards now, because she's now the story, because she got mad at him.
Tap him on the shoulder and say, hey,
she got mad at him for an event the next day. He was taking pictures with female friends or female fans, and she was getting all bent out of shape. Yeah, she's a problem. NFL teams will tell you she's a problem.
Your friends are supposed to tell you when there's a problem.
Yeah, she's a
If
problem.
they're your real friends. Like, that's a problem.
Yeah, she won't be around for long. There'll be an agent that's going to step in here real quick and go, yeah,
Time out. Yeah,
time out. We're replacing this. This is not going to be, this is a bad look. This is a bad
You got to
look.
learn the playbook. You're going to have to be committed to a lot of things, and you're going to do a lot of different things to make more money with endorsements and all this other stuff. If she's mad at you for winning the award in college football.
Everyone's saying he thanked her before his mom in the speech. And people were like, you thank your girlfriend for your mom and your acceptance speech? Uh-oh. That was calculated.
Yeah.
She's a problem. She's a problem.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Guys, if you're watching live, do not move. We got more football, including we'll have our early look at all 4 games happening this week for the college football playoff with the first round games. So stick around for that. If you're watching on the replay on Sports Grid TV or listening on Sirius XM, thank you for being here. We appreciate it. We're back tomorrow for a Tuesday. Thank you to John Kincaid in Philadelphia for stopping on by. Bonus time starts now. Penn State quarterback Drew Aller is going back to school, but you lost your backup quarterback to the transfer portal.
Something ain't fucking right with this portal.
You're mad.
Why you got to do this now?
The bowl season starts tomorrow, but the transfer portal opened up on December the 9th. Marshall couldn't field the team. They lost 25 players and their head coach.
We were talking about this on Saturday. I was sitting there. We were talking and hanging out. And I'm like, wait a second. The whole team? And you're like, yeah, they can't field a team. I'm like, what is wrong with this? Like, they accepted the bid a week ago?
Yep.
And now, well, guys, guess what? Just cancel us. We ain't coming.
We can't.
What the hell's going on? What is going on?
Well, I mean, your coach, James Franklin, today at a press conference talked about the fact that your backup quarterback had to leave. And he said, we have a big problem. He's like, we got to figure this out. Because
the game is on Saturday.
And the kid walks. So
he
the portal.
has to, because he's got to go try to get paid, because now you get paid. And they tell you, oh, you got to be a team guy. You got to do it for the team. You got to this, you got to that. And he stays and he don't transfer, and then he got nowhere to go.
Right.
And he's been a good soldier since he's been there. Go in there when the game's out of hand and go cover the spread. He's the cover the spread kid.
Yep.
And go in there when Drew gets dinged up and run the ball, run that wildcat. Don't really throw it very much. He's done everything they've asked. He didn't want to leave. He had to go.
Yeah.
Because of the way the system is set up.
Right.
It sucks. SMU's like, if we get to Aller, they're going to play that kid from Columbus, who's great. Supposedly he's great. Brother Doug was texting me yesterday saying that's a kid that went to my high school where his kids go. He's like, I seen him play. He's a monster. He'll be fine. I'm like, he'll be fine. He ain't played no games.
Right.
It's terrible what's going on with this transfer portal thing.
Bad right now. They got to fix it. They got to fix it.
There's no easy fix, P-roll.
There's not yet, but there will be eventually. 27 players, 24 hours. Yeah, thank you. That's just, it's nuts. That's what they lost. So they had to back out. The Irish are favored by 7 now. It's down to 7. Do we cross 7 here with Indiana? I know we're just first look on Monday. We're not going to spend too much time on this. We'll spend time later this week, but just at the number look, open 7.5, bet down to 7. Does it get down below 7?
Let me take a quick look. Oh, wow. Wait, there's a bowl game tomorrow?
Yes. Bowl season starts tomorrow. Yep.
Oh.
UNLV plays Wednesday.
In
against
LA?
Cal. Yeah, it's Cal.
Wow. Okay. Maybe I should go.
No.
No?
No.
That'd be a good game.
No.
That's
New head coach.
Good seats are available.
Everyone's opting out. No one's playing. No, you shouldn't be playing. No.
All right.
Don't watch
what is this number close? 7. No, it ain't going below 7. Reluctance to go below 7.
Biggest spread here, biggest dog price of the year on SMU. They've never been a 9-point dog this year.
I know.
Concerning?
It's 8.5 everywhere now. There's no more 9s.
Okay. Still the biggest number
Of the season for SMU.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the biggest number of the weekend. Texas is going to
the biggest number of SMU's season. They've never been 8.5-point dogs or 9-point dogs to anybody.
Oh, they haven't gone to Pennsylvania in December. They just
fair.
Aubrey Snyder is the writer for The Athletic. The Penn State beat posted a picture today. It looks like Buffalo inside of Beaver Stadium. There is so much snow there right now. Now it won't be there by game time.
Okay.
But apparently, the 5-day forecast is for a high of 27.
Oh my!
A high of 27 and some
Kids
wind.
from Dallas is not going to. They're going to enjoy that.
Listen, boys, you better get up there early. You should probably go up there and practice at State College High, and kind of feel what that feels like. If I was SMU, I'd go on Wednesday.
Right.
Classes are done.
Right.
Right.
Get acclimated. Yeah.
Finals have been listen. Get the collective. We're going up there and we're going to live in it for 3 days. So the first time we go out to Beaver Stadium is not Saturday morning when it's freezing, because that might affect anything more than the game. But the field
Penn State's covering. Penn State's
so?
6 to 24 points. This is a James Franklin special. This is not even a handicap. This is just 6 to 24 points. It's what James Franklin does when he's a favored by 6 or 20 to 24 points. James Franklin covers 70% of the time.
I hope you're right, because I floated the idea last night at dinner with all the kids
To go to the game?
I said, Penn State's favored pretty big on Saturday. If Penn State wins, their next game is the following a week from Tuesday,
Right.
down in Arizona.
Yeah, you go to that. You should 100% go to that.
And I put it out there
Yeah.
for all of them. And they're
100%
like,
go to that.
and little Consig, who's wise beyond her years, goes, well, what if they lose to SMU? And I went, don't say another word.
Right. We're not
Say another word.
Texas is laying 11.5. Clemson was a 10.5 point dog to Georgia in week 1. They lost by 31. That was the biggest number before this for Clemson. Texas rolls.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Clemson,
Ugly?
How's Clemson going to score more than, 13 points?
Yeah, I
A
agree.
lot.
Yeah. It looks like it may be similar to the Georgia game.
Ugly.
Yeah, they get crushed. And Ohio State's laying 7.5 to Tennessee. Where is this? We're over 7 now. This number's been bet up, not down.
Yeah.
We're going up to 7.5.
We're going to bounce between 7.5 and 7.
Okay.
Now, guys in the business who put out the books betting stuff, like John Ewing from BetMGM, said this is the most bet side of all the sides.
Ohio State.
No, Tennessee.
And yet the number went up. Are we doing our fishy
Tennessee.
lines?
No. They're 7.5. They're not moving it. Okay. They're at 7.5. But that's the most. Now, if you ask anybody which dog has the best shot at winning the game, this is universally the answer.
Fair.
Tennessee's an SEC team
Yeah.
that's been disrespected and is wearing the
I sent you the
SEC
video
flag.
today. Ryan Day is downplaying the game against Michigan on local TV in Ohio. This is weird.
Yeah.
This is
He should be. He wants everybody to forget that.
hell yeah, he does.
Yeah. And it can all be forgotten if they go house Tennessee.
Correct. And win the national championship. Fair.
Oh, they just need to go win this game convincingly, and everybody will, forget the zip. It'll be like the nebulizer and the Men in Black. It'll be just look at this. Remember? Nope. Oh, hey,
Go on.
we're 1-0. Yeah, okay. Now I'll go beat Oregon in the Rose Bowl. That's all these people want is a trip to Pasadena. I mean, it's over if they win this. I can't wait. This is Saturday night. This is the night game.
Yeah.
The handle on this game is going to be, I want to say, NFL playoff-like game.
Wow.
Monster. Because the NFL will have had their games.
Right.
And everything else will flow into this.
Mm-hmm.
It is going to be, huge, big. Can't wait.
I would agree. Better.
Sorry, Mikey Awesome. Thank you for correcting me. Nebulizer is for asthma. It's a neuralizer. Neuralizer.
Thank you.
Sometimes I mix up the words.
That's fine. Vikings -7 tonight. Better to book it.
Bet it. Skull.
Agreed.
Let's go, Vikings.
Raiders +6.
You're on your own. Good luck with that.
Ready to keep it close?
Maybe
We're
I
going
go
over.
back and forth. Over,
Over.
I can, but over, I'll back. Let's bet that.
Over 44.5.
I think so.
Raiders and the
Yeah, that's fine.
Vikings tonight. Favorite thing about today is what?
I finally have the clouds coming out of my head, like clearing up after Saturday. An unbelievable
Can you see
meetup
that?
with this
Can you
guy.
see-
What is he doing? Oh my God. Go watch Emerson today on DraftKings, and whatever he's doing.
Who is that guy?
Is that Beetlejuice?
It look
Dressed
it's
up as a
Raiders.
Vegas
It's
fan?
Raiders Beetlejuice. Yes,
Yeah,
that's who that
Raiders
is.
Beetlejuice. That's it. Yeah. So we get to meet up with Emerson. Him and Billy are here. Samir arrives tomorrow,
Mm,
and I don't know what other hijinks are going to entail, but
mm,
it's a school night.
mhm.
This golf thing is here in town. The NBA
Right.
Cup is here in town tomorrow.
Right.
There's a lot going on in Vegas. It's cold as hell outside. A high today is like
Damn, yeah.
51 or
Boy.
something. But we took some time, and thank you to Emerson and DraftKings for getting us into the party afterward. We spent a great amount of time together down at Cosmo, which is a BetMGM book. So it doesn't matter the book, it doesn't matter what, where, who, it's who you're with and the quality time. And my favorite thing about today was we spent a lot of time with Emerson on the show, and you guys know him, and he's the same person he is on here. He's in person. And we got full, we didn't see anything. I was going to say we got full, unfiltered Emerson. He asked if I wanted to go in with a sauna with him, and I said no.
Yeah,
asked me, for Sunday. I was like,
I'll
I'm busy.
Yeah,
but it was a great night. We got some great pictures. We had some great conversations. We met a bunch of people. My favorite thing about today was that Emerson made it to Vegas and is actually staying a couple days, and we lived through the experience already.
That was fun. Food was phenomenal. Drinks were great. Conversation was fun. The wind sucked. It was cold. It was outside. Other than that, wasn't very fun to be outside.
Chilly. I was under that heater though. That heater was huge.
It was huge. My favorite thing about today is after I hang up here with you, I have to make a phone call because Amanda had lunch with my mother today.
One-on-one?
Without me.
One-on-one?
One-on-one. And the two of them set it up.
Saw the house. Bye. Bye, son.
Away from the two of us.
Bye, son.
Those two booked it together, and I got a phone call and a text from both of them saying we're having lunch on Monday. And I said, excuse me? Yeah. Said, oh yeah, we're gonna meet up and have lunch together. I go, what are we discussing? They go, I don't know. We're just gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a sit down, have a good time. It was like, this is gonna be interesting. I want to know what the topic of conversation is going to be.
Wait till you guys see Bostonian versus the book, where the Bostonian's in Boston doing the show, and the book is in Vegas doing the show. We'll have a true coast to coast experience. Yep.
I don't know, but
it's over.
I can't wait to hang up to find out exactly what went down and what was discussed about all of this and what plan are these two going to hatch out, because they may want to bump somebody off. So we'll see what they go ahead and create from a female mafia standpoint with people. So favorite thing about today is I get a whole download decompression conversation about what those two spent talking at lunch today.
Show's over. Get your hats while you can.
So we'll see that. Who do I call first? I call Amanda first to get that, and then I'll get my mom. But they were going to FaceTime. They sent me a text and said, well, are you on the air yet? And I was already on the air because they were going to wind on. Dave Sheridan is fucked.
Gonna have to get a guy in a different city, or we're gonna have to, the show's gonna be coast to coast. You're just gonna have to stay up late and watch sports. It's over. That's it.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Shit, they probably got a house picked out already.
No, I don't think we're arguing about that. Marriage incoming, guys. We don't. Again, this was not on me, so I have no idea what the conversation was about. But it was not about that. I can tell you that it wasn't about marriage. But I can't wait to find out what the two of them talked about. It's going to be they both work in healthcare, so they both have similar things. So, like, who knows what they
weren't talking about enemas.
No, I don't think they're talking about enemas.
Or lactation devices.
The quad box them.
Maybe later this week.
Has my mom ever been on the show? I mean, you met my mom, but other my moms have been on the show.
On a phone call.
She says. Yes.
She's been on the phone. I said hi to Mama P multiple times. You know, when you're very.
My mom would have no idea what the fuck to do. She would no idea what to do with that. So,
yeah, on
that. So that's my favorite thing about today is I get the whole download in about 15 minutes about what the hell those two talked about over, because it's now it's 5:00 East Coast time. So the lunch was earlier today for that. Guys, we're back tomorrow on a Tuesday. He is Dave. I am Matt. We're back tomorrow on Tuesday. Shut up. He's Sheriff and I'm Peralt. Back tomorrow for a Tuesday's PVP.
Bye.